Okay, let's get back to it. This is Woodland Scenics. This costs about $2 when I buy these ballasts for a package of this size. It's supposed to be called cinders. Almost $2. Well, I guess 150, and this is way back. I got this for free. One of the things I wanted to tell you about is go to these different shows. Just don't go to the gaming shows, or just don't go to the train shows. Just go to all the different craft shows and everything. You'll be able to find all kinds of different things for free and cheap, and so you get all the things for your gaming, your dioramas, your HO scale, your O scale, your G scale, your dioramas for your model tank cars and things like that. Go through these different shows and pick up all kinds of things. The reason I'm showing these rocks and everything are the different costs and everything between the Woodland Scenics and what you can get at the pet store. Let me show you these smaller ones, the different sizes that you can get from the pet stores. You actually get huge, almost a 10-quart bags or 10-pound bags of rocks. Now I got them on. I put them on this ruler so you can see the sizes. Hope this is in focus. Let me back it up a little bit. You can just see the different sizes. Here's a white, green, pink. This is more like a silica, almost like what you make from glass. And the two different color blues, light blue. You can mix. You get bags of this. You can get a 10-pound bag of this. To show you how big this, how much rock you can get from these pet stores. I got this quart. I got a quart size, 5-quart, but filled it up with a 5-quart bucket. Okay, on the floor here is a 5-quart bucket of this rock, and I mixed all the colors together that you can see in here. It's mainly blue and green, and a little bit of white, and a little bit of brown and reds mixed in here. But this is a 5-quart bucket. I mean, you can get tons of this stuff compared to pay almost $5 for a 5-quart bucket of rock that you can use for your base and for your gaming tables, and all different colors. And you could use just a plain mixtures. Let me get a little bit closer. Now you can mix all these different colors together, or you get them separate. You actually can buy, just plain green, just plain blue, and just plain red. And I've seen a lot of people do snow for their things, and also lava rocks, that you can just go into the pet store and buy a whole bag full of this, and way costs less than what you can buy from Woodland Scenics, and they actually don't have to paint it. And of course, you can use these colors like this for your fantasy, and, things like this for something like ice, for these two here. Okay, I got something new for you. I know some of you war gamers like different type of bases for their miniatures. How about buttons? Now this one I'm talking about going to the different craft shows, different type of hobby shows. Got this jar for buttons, but I mainly got these from my grandmother. These make all kinds of weird looking bases, and also you can change the strange looking shields that you can make with these. I left my ruler down so you can see the different sizes. Let me slowly move it down. Probably have to back it up a little bit. So you can see all the sizes. One of these larger buttons from this side, these make some excellent bases. And also, some of these things have some of these different looking shields. Look at these two here, and have smooth one. You can make shields out of those. And this right here is a strange looking, like you can make something that looks like a rope. This is sort of an oval shaped base. Now some of the guys on the different gamers show you how to make molds. So actually you can fill these holes in, and when you remake a mold of these bases, Let me give you a good closer look at this in here. These two buttons here, and look at the edges. See if I can get a closer shot of it. See the edges on here? And look at the rope look on this button here. See if I can pick it up and get a little closer. See the different shapes on there? It's like a rope that's wrapped around there. Look at the center. This is the underneath part of it. Now I know that one guy was making mushrooms. Well, look at that. You can paint this a different color. Take a look at these buttons here. So you actually can make a mold of these. Fill those holes in. That's the underneath part of it. Take a look at this other end here. See the different ridges. This is the bottom part of it. But you can see the different shapes. Then take a look at this one. That's the bottom part of it. You can probably cut that off there. And you get to these smaller ones, you can actually make shields out of these here. But you also can make molds of these. You've seen people different. If you look around, you see the people that show you how to make molds. You look at these parts here. Oops, it's a little bit too bright. Oh, there you go. That weird shape. It's like the Umbrella Corporation. You can see the different fasteners on the bottom of it. Now these glass almost look like glass. You can use these for I don't know, you can figure out what you want to use these for. I know I can't figure out nothing right now, but this is actually plastic. You can use different parts for jewels and different glasses for different openings on some of your buildings, especially on your fantasy structures. And you got this one here. It's almost like that black one, almost the same as this one here. But this is a metal button. Look at the underneath part of it. And this is a smoother end for that one. You can use these for different caps. You can also make molds from this. But go to different craft stores and pick up things like this up. This is not very hard to use. You can use use your imagination. Use these as bases and part of your buildings. It's kind of a neat looking buttons. They come in all kinds of shapes. This is what I call a win-win situation. You also can sell these buttons. There are people that collect buttons that they're looking for the old time clothing. If you can't use them, you actually can sell them. You can make your mold of these buttons and turn around and sell them. Sell the buttons back to the people, to the industry. There are people that actually buy and collect buttons so they can fix old clothing. Okay, you know that all the buttons are not completely round like this one here. And also the other things I like about using some of these buttons, they look like wheels. You also have some clear buttons. See, buttons like this right here, I actually use them for carts, ore carts. Ore for the carrying ore with. This is what these good for. And you also have them glass ones, like this one here that you can paint different colors. Most of them you can repaint them, and also you can make molds from them. This one right here looks like a good wheel itself, and some of them in caps like this. This is look like a good wheel button right here. I'll give you a closer look at this one here, this small blue one. See that one? Get a good color of that one. And this button right here looks like a good wheel button. Oops. So get a little bit closer. Now that's the back of it right there. Can you see the detail on that? Now this one right here, these really look like a good wheel button. You can see the different details in there. It'll also make a good Viking shield. See, now you gotta remember that you can make molds of these things. See, look at the different shapes in there. Look at this one here. It's got the ridges on there. It makes a good button. It's a clear. I wish I could show you a different thing on there. That's a good clear. They had ridges and things on there. It's a good clear button. But these things, this makes good by buying these or getting a hold of these. You actually, they're a win-win situation where you can make molds of these. You can turn around and sell the buttons back to the people who redo old furniture to clothing, coats and things like that, or want someone to use old antique buttons for their clothing. So you have a good thing to buy and a good thing to sell.